Hello, ma'am. It is Wendy Special. I am just heading home. I had my Zoom call earlier with the team, and I have some stuff we're working on to get to you, hopefully by tomorrow. And then one of the things on my action items list is I need to talk to you about how you're going to stream it. Mike's got a microphone, or Mike, that's my ex-husband. I meant Mark. Mark has a really nice microphone, but I'm just wondering what software I need to download to his computer tomorrow and test to make sure it's working right. And then we need to talk about the big elephant in the room. Holy shit, I'm dying to talk to you. Okay, bye.
Before we get into this video, I want to give a quick preface to the story if you are not familiar. I was contacted by a woman that I had never heard of back on August the 5th to be exact. And this was via email and via Facebook. She was very complimentary towards me and expressed an interest in someone that she worked with who was a forensic investigator and private eye, bringing us together and forming a strategic partnership and doing a complete series podcast together. But I'm going to show you how it all started because it's very telling what she speaks about in her email and what she says they're interested in and ultimately what they ended up being interested in. Okay, so let's start at the beginning because transparency is key. It's always good to be completely transparent. Let's start with the first email that I received on August the 5th, 2020 at 7:32 p.m. from Wendy Special12@gmail.com. Says, sent to your Facebook, but found your email and wanted to be sure I covered all my bases. I work with a forensic expert who also happens to be a well-known investigator, Gillespie Forensics and Investigations. We are interested in talking with Jay. Can you give her my number? Mark Gillespie, see Culpable Podcast or Google him. And I would like to have a conference call with her as soon as she is available. She can call me at, and I'll conference Mark into the call. Thanks. And I reply with, hi, Wendy. I am interested. What's going on? I can definitely give you a call tomorrow, but can you give me the gist of what this is about? Thanks so much, Jay. Sure thing. We are looking at the possibility of forming a strategic partnership while covering the Heidi Broussard case. Mark's office is in the Austin area. We have a few people / YouTubers we have been researching, and of course, you are on that list. I am the marketing piece of the pie, and I would like to introduce you to Mark, give you some insights into what we will be doing. And should we all think it's a good fit, we could work together to ensure the best coverage for everyone that will be watching YouTube for the scoop. If you are still interested, let me know what time works best for you tomorrow, and we can make it happen. Yeehaw! Look forward to talking soon. Wendy Special. So this email clearly starts out with the Heidi Broussard case because we all know that Jay is for Justice went on Dateline for Heidi Broussard case. So that was the first coattail that they saw as a little nugget to help Mark build his YouTube channel quickly because he's a little late to the game. So to play catch up, Miss Wendy has been researching YouTubers. And of course, I was one of them. Of course. Hey, this YouTuber went on Dateline for this case. We're in Austin. We'll tell her we'll cover it with her. The funny thing is, all the conversations I had with them never involved the Heidi Broussard case. So I'm going to walk you through how this happened because that is the only way that people are going to fully understand. If I give you snippets, you're not going to fully understand the situation. So I want you to kind of put yourself in my shoes, a day in the life of a YouTube creator who gets played and used by people who are liars, fakes, and only want to benefit themselves. And it's really sad. So I hope that you guys learned something from this video. If not anything, it gives you an insight as to all these people that are out there and how they operate behind the scenes. And from here on out, if anybody else wants to dupe me or try to use me or use my channel or use my subscribers who are ever so loyal, they're going to be outed just like this, because I've had enough. You guys spend your time watching us. The least we can do is be honest with you. Hello?
Is this the one and only J is for Justice?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Come on now.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
And I know this is kind of crazy, right?
It's cool. What's going on?
It's so cool too. And you know, one of the things, as a lover of true crime, number one, but then also being a part of Mark's team as far as his marketing, because that's my background. You know, I have been researching for a while, trying to find the perfect kind of fit as far as like a strategic partnership. And one of the things that I just love about you, Jay, you are one of the few true crime YouTubers that really gets the marketing side of it. And by that, I mean, you know the value of going live. You know the value, like kind of like when the Polk County thing was happening, right?
Right.
You're going live, and you had the Bobby guy and all of that. And then, oh my gosh.
Which was a nightmare. Oh my God. When you said Bobby, I'm like, oh no.
No, because you know what? Here's what's awesome. Like, to me, there's no such thing as a mistake, because I looked at that and I went, bing, 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 bing. Mark will give her credibility. And I say that, like, we all, of course, you're credible, but like that source, like, what the hell?
I know.
He made it look like he was totally.
And you know, people were coming at me saying, you know, you don't vet your people very well. Well, first of all, when someone wants to be anonymous and it's like on the spot, like he says, I have this info from the Polk County Sheriff, a source there. Like, how can you vet somebody? You know, I'm just bringing you what's brought to me. And
you know what, that exactly. And that's, you know, we kind of ran into that today with one of Mark's most recent posts, because he heard about that lovely Peaches thing. I don't know. It is horrific. But he essentially did a video saying, I want your ass, essentially. And, you know, it's funny because we did kind of like you. We get tips from people and they're like, hey, apparently she's arrested. And our thing is, all right, we have an update. Here's the source. Here's the video. When we confirm it, you know, we'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
But we did it because it's almost like you got to be first with the information.
Yes.
So it's an on-the-spot decision where you're like, holy crap. But what I love about you, Jay, is you're more like a vehicle of the information, but where you are fantastic is getting in touch with, like,
families. Families?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People feel comfortable coming to my channel, and I think it's because I'm fair, and I'm fair to everybody. You know, I don't care what side you're on. You know, if you're willing to come on and tell your side of the story, well, I'll be damned if my chat's gonna, like, you know, heckle you and call you names. That's not gonna happen, you know. And I've tried to keep that, and my mods are great. They're so good.
Fantastic. They are fantastic.
But, you know, back to the Bobby thing, you know, the way I look at it is like this. Like, how do we know? Like, okay, so take, for example, when Caressa was on my live about Heidi.
Yes.
And that all went down.
Live.
Were you?
I was about to go to bed. That's what was so funny. And then I was like, what?
I know, right? And so, like, with that happening, like, I look at things like Bobby, okay? Who knows? Bobby could have been someone who knew those guys and knew what happened, and he was just lying, saying he had a source. Right. You never know where that tip's actually really coming from, especially when someone wants to be anonymous.
Right.
So why would you say, nah, I'm not going to talk about that?
Well,
you're a true crime channel. So anyone that, like, it's not like you're saying, hey, this is JS for Justice. I'm a private investigator out of Florida. And
right.
You know what I mean? It's like, so I get really pissed off when people come at y'all, because I'm like, they don't get, what she's doing is brilliant, because you're all here listening, and you know what they're all doing? They're all going down the rabbit hole.
And speculating.
Yes, and that is the value of crowdsourcing, to figure shit out.
Yep.
So
they all did while we're live. It's cool.
That is just like y'all did on Megan's, like when y'all found the address and it. Like,
oh my God.
It was amazing how that unfolded.
Yeah. It kind of made me find a little niche. Like, I want to be the channel that people come to, like, when things are breaking. When things aren't solved. Because, like, if you want to know the story, you pretty much have to wait until after the trial if you want all the facts. So why even follow breaking news if you're not going to take into consideration everything that comes in?
I mean, I could not agree more. And my thing is this, like, what you are so good at too, Jay, is you get the value of going live, and there's also a forensic expert, so he looks at all kinds of things. And
that's so cool.
Oh, it's so cool, and I'm always like this. When we're on the phone, I'm like, okay, before we hang up, do you think maybe I could just ask you about this case?
Oh my God, he would be like a wonderful, like, expert to have on cases.
That is the marketing girl in me.
See, I have a marketing background too. It's funny you say that.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
That's why you're so damn good. You get the value. You're giving value-added content, and if you don't have that now on YouTube, you're screwed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers really starting to fail. You know, and their lack of wanting to collaborate with other YouTubers is also part of their failure. Instead of working together to boost each other up, they're tearing each other down.
And you know who I'm going to bring up. I can bring up you. But I will tell you, I hate to even bring this name up because I'm just so...
Which one?
There's a couple. I think I'll start with the one and only Critical K.
Oh, yeah. The infamous K.
Any details? I think I've done enough research to know. Or you can. Plus, her lives are so disgusting to me. It is a very arrogant, and
she had them calling my job. She had them calling my ex-husband's dad to find out why we got divorced. Just crazy, real life stuff.
And the thing about it is, where you handled that so well, because you took the high road, and you don't, I mean, it's kind of like a bad reputation spreads faster than a good one. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
And it's so great that it went down the way it did, because you just let it unfold, but by her own doing, and everyone knows what, I mean, come on. Because what you bring to the table, and this is how I explained it to Mark. I said, here's the thing with Jay. Jay has a heart for true crime and finding justice equally like you do. But the difference is, no one on YouTube has thought to have a consistent, just like you just said, like Nancy, let's bring in the lawyers.
Right, where people expect, okay, she's going to talk about this crime, and then Mark's going to weigh in on it.
Exactly.
It's just like why people flock. That's why people flock to Scott Reich, because he's a lawyer. They want to hear the lawyer's opinion.
It's funny because he's still one of the ones on our list, and I just started thinking, like, I love him. He's great, but most of his updates are like 10 minutes long, which we love. You know, he just does a quick run through and gets it all out.
Yeah, he tells the story.
Right, but it's also like, that's not really...
that's not what Mark's looking for.
I think it's more of like, if it was, a podcast like audio only, yes, I think they would do great together, but then people want a longer episode if they're listening to a podcast. And also on YouTube, how are you going to fit 2 people in a 10-minute time slot
to talk about a case? You can't. You can't.
Exactly. So my other thought was, well, if you and Jay have formed this strategic partnership and you're both bouncing off of each other, then guess what? Both of you are going to see a rise in your subscribers.
For sure.
But I'm going to tell you something that we're going to do. We've already got like everything ready to go for this. We're just waiting on one thing. One of the things that we have noticed is no one is talking about forensics from a professional expertise kind of level. And so one of the things I know with YouTube is you've got to be consistent. Wouldn't it be amazing if you and Mark just had a weekly podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning
like a scheduled.
Scheduled, just talking about, talking, quite frankly, having a conversation about what's going on, what the latest, however, we figure out what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like something unrelated to like Heidi. Like if we covered the Heidi case, right. Like I could say, hey, Mark.
What's going on in true crime?
Yeah, like, hey, Mark, I came across this case that's about da-da-da-da-da. You want to come, let's talk about it.
Like, well, but I was telling Mark, I said, Mark, we got to set you something up to where, like, you've got a TV that your laptop is hooked up to, and you're pulling up shit. Because you do a really good job of that. Like, I love when you do that. You're, like, searching for stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's brilliant because that's what people want to see. Especially, like, I can hear both of y'all going back and forth in my brain on a podcast, and it would be amazing. Because I think you're really, really good at knowing when someone's being awkward, knowing when someone feels uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the, and then you know how to, like, realign everything. And, like, that's what I loved about you on the live with Carissa was, wow. The fact that people were saying, I know you saw, like, what that idiot Tay said about, like, I can't believe she would have her luck. Okay. Are you an idiot, Tay? Because you know what you did so well? You left the choice up to Carissa. And there were several times she didn't want
to. Yeah.
Exactly. And you told her. And then she didn't want to be live. You brought her back.
I made sure she was okay.
Exactly. And it was very apparent from your live county.
Okay, I'm going to stop the annoying voicemail there, but you get the gist of what happened on our first call. From this point forward, we make plans to do a conference call with Mark, and we further make plans to do a Chris Watts segment on my channel because it was near the anniversary of the Watts case. I set up a Zoom meeting at their request to discuss this project we were working on, which involved a couple people from their organization and also a few of my moderators, and we were all in a private group together. Myself and Dre spent hours getting information together because supposedly Mark had never really heard of the Watts case and didn't know much about it, so he needed everything we had. We got everything together in a Dropbox folder for him for something that never came to fruition and he had no intentions of bringing to fruition too. So how this went down is we were chit-chatting on the Zoom. The call came in. He answered it. It was Anna and Chris. They had their 15-minute call, getting to know one another, introductions, blah, blah, blah. Then they got cut off. We weren't sure if they were going to call back. A few minutes later, they called back. I don't even know how long it was in between calls. It wasn't too long. But before Mark answered this time, he said, "Hey, Jay, are you recording this?" And I said no, because I wasn't. And he said, "Well, you might want to." So I hit record. And if you've used Zoom meeting before, you know that when someone is recording, you can see the little record button up in the upper left corner. It notifies everyone that's on the Zoom that they are being recorded. And when you sign up for Zoom, you are signing an authorization that your video may be recorded. But with that being said, let's watch the Zoom. And I think when you see how I look, I wasn't expecting to get on a call with them that day. It was last minute. But if you see how I look, you'll know that I definitely would not release this unless I was being completely transparent, because I look god awful. But the truth is the truth. So I hope you guys understand after this is complete.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Not too bad. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah. Is it just you, or is Anna on also?
I'm here too.
All right. Cool. All right. So just talk to me. I don't want to be the one monopolizing the conversation. So tell me what you want to know from me, or just tell me what's on your heart.
Well, just going to the law library as much as I have, I see a lot of cases. I've heard a lot of cases around here, guys. I've seen a lot of cases where the DA or the judge have had a lot of misconduct, but the judge has ruled, say, well, it's not egregious enough, or it's not that that wow factor enough to really sway in the defendant's favor. Now, I'm looking at the things that I know. I mean, I've never dealt with the law before, so all this. I'm winging it in the law library as I am, and God directed me through little things like through the poisonous tree, the Brady law, and different cases that just it pop out of nowhere. But I know what God is putting in front of me, and I see all these things that relate to my case. I just don't know how to frame this. Where like when I do this 35C, I've had this paperwork with me for probably a couple months, and I know I only have a year left to appeal some of those Class B and C felonies at a 3-year limit or 2-year limit, and I really want to figure this out where I can do it in the right time frame, but also not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's to be in prison right now, but not stay here, because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to do something on the outside. I know I just can't sit here and just wait. I know there's waiting, doing nothing, and there's waiting that seeking an action verb. That's what I'm doing. But I also want to know what action to take, because I have no intellect when it comes to the law. But I know He can teach me, and that's what I'm just waiting for. Things to fall into place. I just don't know how to do it.
I got you. And you don't have the benefit of an attorney that is in your hip pocket, so to speak. Okay, I've got a couple attorneys here I can talk to that can maybe help. Get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to, get the results, we want. It's going to take some time, but, I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know you're in a tough spot, and it's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So I get it.
It's not like a trial by error thing, but I know when the law is like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or whatever I write down, the judge might think, well, that's not. What you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted a trial. You're not warranted to have this appeal granted. Denied. Kind of well, what do I do then?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get disheartened when that happens. I know it'll probably happen at some point. But not all motions are all appeals or granted right off the bat. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. When it goes there, they see oh well, Like, do I put everything down that I know, or just like I don't want to put everything down so they know everything that I'm on, you know?
Well, okay, let me address a couple things in what you just said. First of all, you live in a closed society now. Every door is shut in your face. You cannot go from one. You go to one wall, you can't go further. You got to turn your left, you can't go any further. So you know what I'm saying? You're in this perpetual this room with no door, so you cannot get through. You got that? You understand that? What I'm trying to say? So your world is controlled. You hear the word no probably more than you hear the word yes in that system. So one thing you need to be very accustomed to is being denied, being turned down, being told no. You with me?
Yep.
Okay. Now, some people will lose hope very, very quickly because everywhere they turn, every time they talk to someone, they're hearing things they don't want to hear. They're being told no. You can't do this. You can't have that. You can't go here. You can't go there. Whatever legal action you're trying to do.
Attorney's calls may be monitored and recorded.
Whatever you're trying to do, you're always being told no. What you can't do is allow yourself to lose hope. Don't take no for an answer. And don't give up the first time you're told no. You understand?
Yeah.
So the key in all this is you got to be strong. You've got to be physically strong. You've got to be mentally strong. And you've got to understand that, you know what? You're the underdog, but underdogs can win. They can be a dog in the fight. So I want you to get this attitude that no matter what you do, we're not going to take no for an answer. They tell us no, we're going to try again. They tell us no again, we're going to try again. You've just got to keep persevering and don't lose hope, okay? Because I tell you what, you lose hope, you'll lose your life. All right? So just keep a positive attitude about all that, and don't take any steps back. Just keep moving forward. Even if it's a small step, move forward and not backward. Okay?
Okay. Just like in my devotional today, it was Esther. It was a door of hope. And, the Lord was speaking to Esther, and she was saying to the Lord, I've led you to the wilderness, but I will plant in that wilderness vineyards. If you go through the valley of Kor, which is the valley of trouble, I will put a door of hope. So even though you're in a wilderness, you're going to plant vineyards in that wilderness. Though you're in the valley of trouble, there's going to be a door of hope in that trouble.
That's great. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep that up. Keep your nose in that book too.
I will.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what were you saying before we got cut off about when he asked? I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about the evidence and your confession that wasn't true.
Well, I just know that I've never experienced anything like this before. Like from the tragedy that happened, from the law enforcement to the interrogation, the jail, the prison, all this was new. All this was new, and I know that even though I've never had something like this happen before, I knew the shock and the trauma was there in my mind. I didn't know how to process it. Every question that they asked me, I was just agreeing with them and just going along with what they said because I was like, well, I guess we got to tell them something. And even when they came here to prison and interrogated me, they were in their street clothes acting like they were just talking to me when in retrospect they were actually interrogating me again. And I know for a fact that, that interrogation they cannot use because they were here in Wisconsin and they're all Colorado based. So all that is like null and void, but still they're going to try to use all this stuff against me. But I know that from that interrogation to the first one, that all that was like a coercive type psychological intimidation
Chris, what you witnessed firsthand is is a game. It's like getting back to the old biblical days where you've got the big Roman soldier in the pen with the little guy, and you're fighting for your life, and you don't know what to expect, but that's a terrible analogy, and I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you just didn't know what was going on, and it's a game. That's what I tell so many people. This is a game that they're playing. You are the prey. They're the hunter. You're the prey, and they've got you exactly where they want you, and most times they're going to get what they want, because you know what? They keep you for hours. They deprive you of your basic needs. And as every second that you're with them in that chair and they're bearing down on you, your mind is actually deteriorating. Your mind is playing games against you. And that's why we have so many times where people give confessions for things that they just did not do. And it's because, you know what? They want to get out of there. They want to just tell them what they need to know, what they're asking, what they're interested in, so they can get out and go home. Well, you know what? Guess what doesn't happen? They don't go home. And their life is forever changed. So it's...
And then it was like after I told them what they wanted to hear, then they offered me food.
Exactly.
It was just so strange. But the thing I know, like where you're talking about playing a game, is when the TBI agent and the FBI agent, like when the TBI person, the woman, when she like questioned me for hours, and then after those hours of interrogation, she puts me on a polygraph. And then I'm like, exhausted at this point. And then after that, like, I'm sitting there alone, and I hear them. It's because the film intercom doesn't pick it up. But I hear them outside the door. The FBI agent comes up to, "Oh, how did you do?" And she said, "Oh, he did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him." And they come in with this game face, saying, "Okay, you lied." I'm thinking to myself, "Wait, I thought you just said I did pretty good." And I didn't question about it. I just believe what she said, and they said I made it. But I know for a fact she said, "You did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of him." I'm just like, I'll only think about this stuff way after it happens.
All right, Chris.
Like, wow.
Chris, that's a little game, and I can tell you for a fact that they did not administer the polygraph in the proper way. You should have been on the top of your game, mentally, physically, spiritually, when they gave you that polygraph. You should have had a good night's rest. You should have before they gave you that polygraph. So I don't trust the polygraph. I don't trust the results, and they use that as a hammer over your head to scare you, because the polygraph scares everyone because of its reputation. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking another call. I think got like 30 seconds left, but I know that God can lead me on how to write this thing up to get it back, and I just thank you for helping me and just going into that discovery. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you're doing it, and I just believe that God's going to let some information on your heart that's really going to break this thing open too.
Good. We're with you.
All right, he got cut off.
All right. Okay. Next time that you need me to come online, Anna, do this. Call me, and then if I don't answer, immediately text me.
Okay.
So I have to tell you, my phone screws up sometimes, and I don't want to miss a call or a text. So just as a backup plan.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything we need to talk about?
Nope. I'm just gonna call his parents now and let them know.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, just stay in touch with me.
I will. And if he calls back and wants to talk again, then I'll just text you or call you.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Holy fucking wow.
What?
I'm-
Define that.
Oh my gosh! Just sorry.
Just everything that he just said about that first interview.
Wow.
Are you frozen?
Who, me?
I think she's frozen.
I'm not frozen.
Or she's got some seizure going on?
I'm not frozen. Am I? Okay, guys, that is where the Zoom call ended, unfortunately, because I had my phone on Zoom and then I was also on my laptop. So I froze up and then I had to end the recording. So that is how everything went down. That is the recorded call. It shows a little bit of the reaction afterwards. Mark Gillespie was fully aware, not only that we were listening, but that I was recording this call. You have any questions about this? Feel free to message me or email me. Comment section, I don't always see every comment. So if you want any more clarification, let me know. But this should clear up any misconceptions about how I received that call. And also, it should make you aware of who you're listening to on YouTube. So I know there was a lot of contradictory statements that were made by Mr. Gillespie in this call compared to the interviews that he's done on YouTube as of late. So you guys be the judge. Thank you for taking all this in. I will see you soon.